Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tackling something absolutely crucial. Think about it. When life suddenly throws a massive, unexpected financial pothole your way, where exactly is your money parked to help you survive the hit? We're talking about building the ultimate financial shock absorber, your emergency fund.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll start by defining the financial shock absorber. Figure out how to size your personal safety net, evaluate your best parking options, build a really smart layered structure, and wrap up with the common mistakes you'll definitely want to avoid.
All right, kicking things off with part one, the financial shock absorber.
Picture this scenario for a second. Your car suddenly breaks down on the highway. Or even worse, a family member needs urgent medical treatment. Maybe a massive home repair bill literally drops out of nowhere. Or you get laid off. Ask yourself right now, are you genuinely prepared for a major emergency today? It's a heavy thought, I know, but reflecting on this is honestly the very first step toward true financial security.
The solution to that anxiety? It's an emergency fund. Think of it literally as your personal financial shock absorber. It's cash you've set aside exclusively to protect your life from genuine, unexpected crises. Look, just like a car needs robust shock absorbers to handle bumpy, terrible roads without completely falling apart, your personal finances absolutely need a buffer for the inevitable potholes of life.
Now there is a hard, strict dividing line on what this money is actually used for. It's a yes to medical emergencies, unexpected job loss, a major business slowdown, or fixing a collapsed roof. But it is an absolute no to that hot new gaming console, a sudden urge to book a vacation to Bali, or even jumping on some surefire stock tip your uncle gave you. No way. This money has exactly one job, rescuing you when things go south.
Which brings us to part two, sizing your safety net. Exactly how much cash are we talking about here?
Well, the standard rule of thumb across the board is 6 to 12. That means you need to have 6 to 12 months of your essential living expenses saved up. Notice I said essential. This isn't your full regular income, it's the bare minimum baseline amount required to keep the lights on, put food on the table, and keep a roof over your head.
Let's figure out exactly where you fit in. If you're a salaried employee with a highly predictable, steady paycheck, you might only need to target 6 months of expenses. But if you're a self-employed professional with income that fluctuates from month to month, you'll want to aim for 9 to 12 months. And for single-income households or senior citizens, leaning toward an even higher buffer is totally recommended for that essential added peace of mind.
To put that into perspective, let's run a quick, concrete example. Say your bare-bones essential expenses come out to 50,000 rupees a month. A 6-month fund puts your target right at 3 lakh. A 12-month fund doubles that to 6 lakh. Knowing your exact mathematical number gives you a crystal-clear finish line to run toward, rather than just guessing.
All right, moving right along to section 3, evaluating your parking options. Where should this specific corpus of money actually live?
So, the crucial point is understanding the 4 golden rules of emergency parking before we even look at specific bank accounts. First, high liquidity, meaning you can access the cash within a single day. Second, safety, because protecting your capital is vastly more important here than earning high returns. Third, stability, meaning you won't see significant fluctuations in value. And finally, easy access for when you're under immense, immediate pressure. The whole goal here is maximizing financial security, never, ever chasing high returns.
Let's start by comparing everyday banking options. Your classic savings account is definitely the easiest. Instant access, absolutely zero market risk. The catch? It barely fights off inflation. But then you have sweep-in fixed deposits. These are brilliant. They automatically move excess money from your savings into an FD to earn a better interest rate. But if your main account runs low, it instantly sweeps the money back out to cover you. It's a fantastic balance of decent returns and totally hands-off auto operation.
Next up, let's contrast slightly higher yields against traditional safety. Liquid mutual funds invest in very short-term debt, giving you high liquidity and better returns, though full transparency, there's a tiny bit of fluctuation risk. Money market funds offer good returns and solid stability, but come with a slight market risk as well. Short-term FDs, on the other hand, are highly predictable and completely capital safe. Just be warned, you're probably going to face a penalty fee if you have to withdraw that cash early.
Minus 20 or minus 30%. Yeah? Let that sink in. This is a stark warning. Your emergency money should absolutely never be parked in equity, mutual funds, stocks, or crypto. Think about it. Imagine losing your job during a severe, massive market crash. Your safety net could plummet by 30% precisely on the day you need it most. It's a risk you simply cannot afford to take with this specific bucket of money.
Okay, now for the really cool part. Section 4, the smart layered structure.
Let's move to and see how this builds into an optimal multi-tiered defense system. It's all about balancing immediate access with yield. Layer 1. Keep exactly 1 month of your expenses in a standard savings account for zero-hassle, middle-of-the-night emergencies. Layer 2. Put the next 2 to 3 months into a sweep-in FD for quick access plus better returns. And finally, Layer 3. Park the entire remaining bulk of the corpus into liquid mutual funds. This gives you reasonable growth while maintaining excellent liquidity.
And this brilliantly illustrates what that looks like with real numbers. Going back to our earlier example of 50,000 rupees in monthly expenses, a 5 lakh total corpus splits perfectly into this layered structure. 50,000 rupees sits securely right in Layer 1 savings. 1.5 lakhs sits in the Layer 2 sweep FD, and the remaining 3 lakh bulk goes into Layer 3 liquid funds. It's like a giant puzzle fitting together perfectly. Your money stays safe, structured, and constantly working for you, all without sacrificing access.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, common mistakes to avoid.
Because look, even the best-laid plans can unravel if you fall into these traps. We already hammered home the sheer danger of stock market risk and why you can't raid the fund for a new TV. But honestly, the opposite extreme is also a major mistake, leaving huge amounts of cash in a basic, low-interest account where it just rots away to inflation. Also, if you do end up using the fund, you have to ruthlessly prioritize replenishing it. And lastly, never ignore inflation. Your target amount has to be reviewed over time.
And that leads right into maintenance. You can't just set it and forget it. You need to review your emergency fund at least once every single year. But also, do a quick check whenever your income rises, your lifestyle expenses increase, your family size grows, or you take on a new loan. Your emergency fund has to scale dynamically alongside your growing, changing life responsibilities.
If you take nothing else away today, remember this. Financial planning always starts with protection before growth. The true foundational purpose of an emergency fund is peace of mind, not high returns. When disaster strikes, having safe, accessible cash matters infinitely more than whether you squeezed out an extra 1% yield over the last year. Protection comes first, always.
So I've got a question for you. How do you currently maintain your emergency fund? Are you all in on a simple savings account? Are you utilizing sweep FDs? Or do you use a layered combination like we discussed today? Think about it. If a major financial emergency struck tomorrow morning, is your net really ready to catch you? Share your strategies down in the comments. I'd love to read them. If you found this explainer helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more structured breakdowns. Stay focused, stay prepared, and I will catch you in the next explainer.